Having a great toss, without a doubt, is going to help you have a great serve. But there's one aspect about the toss that you need to make sure you have so you can take your serve to the next level. Now, make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to show you how you can practice this at home. Hello, it's Ryan from 2minutetennis.net, and in this video, I'm going to help you improve your toss. We're going to be checking out the Bryan brothers here and how you can modify your tossing technique to hit your best serves possible. Now, this video is courtesy of Essential Tennis. Thank you so much, Ian, for allowing me to use this video. Make sure you subscribe to Essential Tennis on YouTube. I have put their link in the description below. Now here we've got Mike in the red, he's the righty, and then Bob is the lefty, the twins who are the greatest doubles players of all time. Now, I want you to look first at the path the ball takes as it's traveling. You watch a lot of players when they toss, and they toss straight up in the air. It's as if they think the ball is an elevator and it should go straight up and straight down. I want you to practice tossing like the way I call it, in a rainbow, where if you don't hit the ball bounces toward the service line. So I'm just going to circle the ball, and then I want you to look how the ball is traveling. And you can see how far into the court he's making contact. It's kind of crazy when you just look at it, how far into the court he is making contact. This means that the ball is arcing into the court. The ball is traveling like this. When you toss the ball forward into the court, what it means is you get a great power line. So I'm just going to draw a line from the ball to his feet. Notice how he's leaning in. If you toss straight up, which is what most players do, they either toss straight up or actually they toss back. When you do that, if you lean in to hit your fastest serves, well, then the contact point is behind you, and then your racket face will be open. This is often why people hit their fastest serves long, because they're not tossing into the court, allowing their fastest serve to actually go into the court. Now, I want to show you Bob and his technique on how, right? It's not just what you want to do, but it's how you want to do it, right? You got to get the ball to go into the court. So how do they do this? They use what is called the J toss. So the J toss is a technique where the ball, as it's moving, draws a letter J. Watch how he draws a letter J with the ball. There's a slight little J here. So he's going down and then up. And the key to this is at this point right here in the J, he has the ball slightly behind his tossing shoulder. When the ball is slightly behind the tossing shoulder, that makes it actually easier to toss into the court. Where people get in trouble is they keep the ball way out in front of them. Their arm is like this. And then since your arm is a radius, it wants to go this way. And that's why people toss behind them. In order to use this J toss, you simply pull the ball back so that the ball is slightly behind your tossing shoulder. I'll draw a straight line down his shoulder. Notice the line is touching his shoulder, but not the ball. That's because the ball is behind the shoulder. That's what's going to allow him to toss into the court. And when you toss into the court, you can then lean in. It's great for serve and volley. Look how far into the court, and they keep going forward. Let's look at Mike here again, doing the same thing. Notice we cannot see the ball. You watch most recreational players, the ball is visible the whole time when you're watching them serve and you're looking at their back. He's bringing the ball in front of him, so no longer can we see the ball. That allows him to toss into the court. And again, look how far into the court they're making contact. If you're a serve and volleyer, you absolutely have to do this. But really, you should be doing this all the time. Flat serve, kick serve, slice serve, you can toss forward into the court and hit all of those serves. Now, I'm sure that last part got people going, wait a minute, you can do this on all serves? You can't serve like this with a kick serve? You can. Because a kick serve, the big difference is left and right with a flat serve and a slice serve. Where the kick serve, if you're right-handed, you want to toss to the left more. But that doesn't mean you can't toss forward into the court as well. This is actually one of the reasons why players have extremely slow kick serves, where there's not enough speed on it. You look at Rafter, you look at Edberg, they were hitting kick serves, going to the net on them and hitting them 120 miles an hour. So the way you can hit a faster kick serve is by tossing into the court. Yes, tossing more left so you can get the racket on the inside of the hand so you're going up during contact, but you still want to be leaning in as you hit the ball, and you can hit the ball much faster. All right, so here's how you're going to practice this. I got a ball hopper, and I just put like a broom handle in the ball hopper to hold it. So you want to practice in your toss, and you can do this on court, you can do this at home, taking the ball and going around the broom handle. So I'm serving this way, okay? So I'm serving that direction. I'm going to go back and I'm going to go around the broom handle, and that's the letter J. Again, this is all about getting the ball to go behind the tossing shoulder. When the ball goes behind your tossing shoulder, now it makes it very easy to toss into the court. You see players all the time toss behind them, and the reason is because they're trying to toss in front of them. When you toss in front, the ball goes behind. The arm is just a radius, so as you go up, it wants to go behind us. So let's embrace that radius. If I'm serving that direction, I'm going to go around, and you can see how it goes into the court. Try to avoid going straight up in the air, but rather try to get the ball to arc. And the easiest way to do that is at the beginning, bring the ball behind the tossing shoulder. And if I had a bucket, I didn't prepare for the video with a bucket, but I could put something in front of me and I go back and around and I try to toss it. And you can see how the ball will actually roll. One thing I like to tell my students is if you don't hit the ball should bounce and then roll and almost reach the service line. That's how you want to think of the toss. The toss is not an elevator going up and down an elevator shaft. The ball is a rainbow. That's what gives you the lean and gives you the racket speed you want, but also the consistency when you swing fast that the ball's actually going to go in. So if you have a ball hopper, everyone's got a broom, so just take the handle off and just practice making a circle around the broom handle. And then practice when you go back, going above it. So go under it initially and go over it. And when you do that, it gives you a coil. It allows your toss to go into the court. And then when you lean, you can absolutely crush the serve. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Tossing technique is one of those ideas that kind of gets a little controversial with, no, Ryan, you got to toss 45 degrees and your arms got to go out like this and palm up and release. There are many different ways that players have heard about tossing. I like tossing like a glass of water and going around the broom handle as a way to toss into the court. I will say one thing, I was about to finish the video, but I just remembered. When I'm giving a lesson on court, I obviously don't have a broom, not obviously, but I don't do this, and you don't have to do this if you're giving a lesson on the court. Instead of the broom handle, what you'll do with the student is just hold your racket like this, and then they have to go, right? So here's the broom, or the racket. I'm like this, okay? So I'm gonna leave, but my racket is still here. And then the student goes around the racket. So the racket's here and you're going around the racket like this. So if you're a coach, do this with your students. Get them to practice the Bob and Mike Bryan J toss. Ivo Karlovic does the same thing. It brings it back and it makes it super easy to toss into the court. You copy the Bryan brothers and use the J toss, and there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. You got this.